Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. Sorry for the missed episodes. I was very sick and had no voice, which makes it hard to do a Let's Play for what is effectively a visual novel. Would have been interesting to try, but I thought might be better to wait for it to come back. Still feeling a little under the weather, so these might be shorter episodes. I figured short was better than none at this point, so you shall see how it goes. I did do a quick glance through the evidence just to kind of re-familiarize myself with what's going on. So hopefully that helps.
Oh, darling, you're priceless. Really, you are. Your evidence is a whiff of suspicion. Verity, dear, do put him in his place.
It seems Judge Gavel may have reached a similar conclusion to myself.
I believe this has no mere coincidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
I do. After all, she had the key, and the scent found lingering on the body is hers as well. Or just one or the other, we might be able to brush it off as coincidence, however.
Indeed, then it seems a conclusion approaches. Perhaps we should hear what the warden has to say for herself.
We should. We have. This case will finally be at an end.
You're all being simply awful. Stop looking at me like that. Me, the killer. How could I possibly do such a thing?
I have literally zero idea what the motive could be. Oh. I didn't do it. All right, that clears that up then.
Verity told me everything she knows about the case, sweetie. The victim died in his cell, so by your logic, I would have had to have killed him in there. But how am I supposed to have moved the body, especially as I never went into the prison? I was too busy with work, you see. I was cooped up in my office until right before the show began. Check if you like. You won't find a record anywhere of my having entered or left the prison proper. I haven't the first idea what harebrained theories you little scamps have cooked up, but I'm innocent. There's simply no way I could be the killer.
Give me a break. Missile doesn't lie. Don't make it hard on everyone and just come clean.
Oh, dear, I'm afraid you are the ones making things difficult. As I just said, I never went into the prison. If you think I'm lying, go ahead and check the records.
She clearly just wants us to check those records, which means they won't help us. We'll just have to find another way of getting the truth out of her.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, stop being a big silly. You made a boo-boo and you know it.
Hold it! Judge Gavel told you everything. Are you close?
The thickest thieves, darling. Why do you ask? Are you jealous?
Jealous of what?
I'd asked the warden and the guard for a lot of information on the first day of our investigation. It seemed only right that I share some information in return. Oh, Verity, you have to make it sound so awfully dry? I thought we had a lovely chat. I simply shared the truth in our conversation. It was the least I could do.
I'm not sure what's going on, but these two, they're terrifyingly formidable together. That was formidable. I don't think that holds up.
The murder took place in a cell. You seem very happy to accept that.
And why shouldn't I be? It seems the most likely place for it to have happened without drawing attention. And besides, I found Knight's body in his cell.
Yes, but that was from being struck by Mr. Carcerato. Though I needn't tell her that, I suppose.
I take it there's also been no testimony to the contrary.
What does it matter? Knight being killed in his cell doesn't go against any of the facts anyway.
Do you have any evidence that you didn't enter the prison?
Yeah.
Please, darling, let me finish.
Hold it!
I believe this.
So you were in your office the whole time and you didn't notice anything unusual?
No, I can't say that I did.
You didn't notice anything missing?
I must confess I'm a rather messy girl. A forgetful one at that. I put something down, it's lost forever. It's a curse, darling, a curse.
Alright, I can empathize with that.
I haven't lost some important evidence recently. It was gone. Poof, just like that.
That's probably less good. What? And she still has a job?
Honestly, if somebody came in my office and took something, it might be years before I noticed.
Seems like I'll just need more. I'll need more than the power room key to expose her.
On the day of the murder, I was working in my office. Oh, and looking for something I'd misplaced. Even if I had had a reason to go to the prison, I simply wouldn't have had the time.
Hold it!
Sure, maybe you didn't go to through the main entrance of the prison. But what if you took another route?
Oh, come now, sweetie. Surely you don't mean that awful, filthy tunnel they discovered. Why, until yesterday, I had no idea it even existed.
No, you had another way in, I'm certain of it. The route that didn't require going through the main entrance or the tunnel. The route you took went through this location.
Is it right here?
Take that!
The fence?
The warden, you took Knight from his cell and brought him to your office. Which just happens to be connected to the yard. If you had a way through the fence, then you would have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel.
Ooh, got her there.
A gold star for creativity, darling. And how would I have gotten through the fence? Extremely high fence topped with razor wire, with thousands of volts of electricity going through it.
Yeah, how's she supposed to have gotten through that?
The fence's electricity supply can be cut off from the power room. Only you had the key, warden. No one but you could have done it.
Utterly ridiculous. The power room is on the prison side of the yard. Warden McGuard was on the detention center side. How would she even have reached the power room? Exactly, Verity, darling. Well, clever puss, you've dug yourself a real hole now.
No,
There's no record of Warden McGuard having entered the prison proper.
Uh-oh.
The idea that she could have shut off the fence by using the breakers out of the question.
Ugh, but there must be some way she could have done it. Take a deep breath, big guy. Lose your cool and you've lost everything.
but if I don't find the solution, she might still wriggle out of this.
Yeah, I said take a deep breath, not freak out and completely lose your cool. There's nothing to be gained by banging your head against the same wall, yeah? No matter how you look at it, Warden Lagarde couldn't have done it alone.
Mr. Edgeworth, if you can't find a... You're not doing yourself any favors by obstructing justice with your silence.
That was a reflexive objection, but now that I've yelled it, if I don't come up with an answer, it's all over.
I have one more thing to add, if you'll permit me.
Something that explains how the warden could have shut off the breaker from the wrong side of the fence.
Yes, because it's not as impossible as it seems.
What enabled her to shut off the breaker? Well, okay, she couldn't have done it alone. It's kind of where we ended on that.
She couldn't have done it alone, but what if she wasn't alone?
Oh, now we're talking. Way to flex the old gray matter, kiddo.
I believe that Warden Lagarde had an accomplice.
Enough. You disappoint me, Mr. Edgeworth.
What do you mean? Mr. Edgeworth said nothing wrong.
So this prisoner all issued with security bracelets.
Ooh. Oh! The ones that raise an alarm if people go where they're not supposed to...
I see that you realize your error. And we are, of course, within the prison grounds. Where not only are the bracelets worn, but even the guards surveil others for signs of wrongdoing.
Despite all that, no one noticed Mr. Carcerato's escape.
The ones who are free to roam are the animals. They most certainly could not have operated the breaker.
No, so her accomplice must be human.
And who did it? Given that it cannot have been a prisoner or the guard.
Got it.
I wouldn't be so quick to rule out either, Your Honor. The fact is, there is one person, someone whose movements weren't restricted. And I have just the evidence to show who that free-roaming person was.
Wait, where was it? Bam.
Take that!
Got him.
This is one of the prisoner's bracelets.
Indeed, a broken bracelet belonging to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner.
What do you mean? And who is this prisoner?
Frank Sot, Warden Lagarde's favorite inmate.
Ooh, oh, she's sweating. What is the motive, though? I'm so confused.
It's strange, isn't it, Warden, that he was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden and wander freely around the prison all the while.
That is pretty funky, and I don't mean in a good way.
It couldn't be the case that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Although you are in the habit of giving such leeway to certain others. Bodhidharma Canis, for example.
Mr. Edgeworth, that is pure speculation.
In that case, why don't we ask Mr. Sod himself? I'm confident he'll confirm for us that he and Warren Lagarde were accomplices in this crime. If the two of them have worked together, a certain route into the prison becomes viable. The real route by which Knight was moved from his cell to the prison proper. Recall that there were two big obstacles in her path. First, the security camera outside Knight's cell. The second, the electrified fence in the yard. But she was able to remove both obstacles in one fell swoop, by having Mr. Sot shut off the corresponding breakers.
Oh, right, Mr. Edgeworth, you've had your fun.
And do you still deny it, Warden Lagarde?
No, darling, you got me. I admit it. Warden, tell me this isn't true. Sorry, Verity, honey, I'm afraid it is. Frankie helped me do it.
No way! You did it, Mr. Edgeworth, you got her! I don't think it's gonna be that easy.
Nice shooting, cowboy. She wouldn't be wriggling out of this now.
Oh, yes, she will.
As Mr. Edgeworth said, I had Frankie switch off the breaker, but we didn't kill Knight, did we? No, sweetums, no, we didn't.
What?
Warden, explain yourself. Oh, Verity, dear, I doubt your precious goddess will want to hear my excuses now. She's all merciful, but you have to confess, and you shall be saved. Oh, gosh, all right, I was being threatened. I had no choice but to do as he said.
Are they seriously? No. Who's he? Okay, that's better than I thought. I thought it was gonna be, what was his name? Yeah, Simeon.
Bodhidharma Canis, that awful assassin.
Canis?
How long has it been since that awful man came here to my beautiful prison? I'll never forget the day he arrived.
Okay.
The moment we were alone, he said this to me. You should know that I have other dogs. Dogs not confined to this fine institution. Others? Yes, very loyal dogs. Dogs who will do anything I ask of them. Of course, he wasn't talking about real dogs. He was talking about his very human cronies. And then he said one last thing. I'd recommend that you take care in how you treat me during my stay here. I wouldn't want to have to set my dogs on you or your precious family.
Interesting. I don't buy this. To an extent. I believe this conversation in some way happened. But I don't think it's as it was just presented.
I had no choice. I gave him that cell. I gave him everything he asked for.
Everything, wait. Is that how he became the fixer?
Yes, darling, I obeyed his every command and smuggled in for him all that he wanted. Eventually, I brought dear sweet Frankie into our little conspiracy. He agreed right away, of course, because I made things easier for him, too.
So you were smuggling in contraband. How exactly?
Once a week, late at night, Frankie would shut off the breakers. That allowed me to go from my office into the yard without being seen by cameras. Then I simply dropped the packages down the well on the prison side and went back through the fence. Each one of them spritzed with a little of my perfume.
So that's what the sweet smell was.
Yes, it was a signal for Canis's dog. When he picked up the scent, he would fetch the packages and bring them back to his master. We had to make sure Rocco wasn't in his cell at the time, of course.
Can't have been easy keeping him from finding out.
Oh, we're very much creatures of habit here at the prison, darling. Everything runs to a schedule. Meals, exercise hours, that sort of thing. We knew he wasn't there. That adorable little bear of his freezes with fright at the sight of Canis's dog, poor thing. There's no risk of him raising the alarm either.
There's oversight over everything here at the prison, which made her the perfect mule. With her on his side, Canis couldn't fail.
Frankie would sneak out again early in the morning to switch the breakers back on and our work was done. Apart from fixing the time codes on the cameras, which I'd do later when I got the chance. You shared a great deal, Warden. The goddess of justice will surely take your honesty into account. I've been the most dreadful fool I know I have, but I'm supposed to be the one in charge. Day-Night's murder was also one of our delivery days, so Frankie, bless his heart, did his usual work with the breakers. There was no package for me to deliver that day, so I didn't go out into the yard.
So that's the secret behind the Fixer system and why she was... Police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest of time, even if I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled the secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me, but no matter what I say or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word.
That's why you're interrogating Mr. Canis over and over.
Exactly, I was trying to track down those horrible hench people of his. I borrowed everything the police had on that rotten scoundrel. Watched his every move, intercepted every letter he wrote.
His letters? Then I suppose she must know about his correspondence chess games too. Ooh, that's gonna be important.
No matter what I did, I couldn't turn up any clues as to who his underlings were.
She thought that that knight was one of the underlings because of the chess game. Oh, we just got the motive. Ooh, oh, that's good. Oh, that's so good.
Living and feel like this, you just can't comprehend it.
So all of this did go down like that. Wow.
As you've just heard for yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. Words of one of the guard's confessions have cleansed her of all suspicion. Surely there's no need to hound her any longer.
No, there is. Has she really been cleared of all suspicion, though, or is there more? There's more. There's definitely more.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but this conversation isn't over yet. And I think the Goddess of Justice would agree.
So you mean to make her suffer more than she already has?
Unfortunately, her suffering under Mr. Canis does nothing to prove her innocence in Knight's murder.
Yeah, she killed him thinking, because she probably put together the chessboard thing. It was like, oh, this is one of his accomplices, but it doesn't even seem like that was true. Oh, no.
She admitted herself that she knew of and even facilitated the so-called Fixer's delivery route. I believe she used that same route to move Knight's body.
Where's your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's in the fact that the sweet smell on Knight's body is the exact scent Warden Lacard uses to signal delivery. What do you make of that?
Well, that's because we've done it so many times now that the whole well probably smells it.
Nope.
Some of it may have just rubbed off on his body. It does.
Sorry about that.
It does match the statement that Mr. Carceretto provided.
What's his role in this? Smell, yeah, always smelled kind of nice down there. Nice. Yeah, I don't know, smelled sort of like dessert, I guess.
His words would seem to suggest that the smell had permeated the well. Speechless, I see. Here I move to adjourn the session of the court.
No, what do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? What can I do? Is this as far as we go? Nope. Finally, so we're actually done?
Yes, Eustace, it seems we are.
Nope.
The power vested in me, this court is adjourned.
What power? What court? What are you talking about?
Who was that?
Oh.
Come on, Judge G. Things are just getting good.
Defender.
Are you objecting to my adjourning this session?
Yes.
No. Would have shouted objection if I wanted to do that. You do you, G. Adjourn, don't adjourn, whatever floats your boat.
What are you doing, Mr. Fender?
Yeah, don't worry about what I'm doing. Let's all just take a chill pill, shall we? By which I mean a square of chocolatey goodness. Anyone?
Wait, where's he going with this?
Are you trying to get yourself charged with contempt of court?
No, my bad. I just had a quick request to make is all. Simeon Saint's lawyer, that is.
Ah, yes, I'd forgotten that you were his real attorney, Mr. Fender.
How could you? You're killing me here.
Can you blame us? You've been making Mr. Edgeworth do everything this whole time.
Yeah, right you are, which is why I figured it's time to put in some work.
Work, you say? Somehow I don't believe you've worked a day in your life.
Then let's say this is me doing some prep work for the upcoming trial. Mind if I question the witness?
No, I'm using, but what is there left to ask?
I've got a feeling in my funny bone that Feast here has something more to tell us about the killer.
Do I? Hey.
Yes, indeed. See, as a major player on Team Simeon, I can spot a sympathizer when I see one. You don't think he did it, do you? So tell us, who did? Come on, spill the beans. We're all ears.
Mr. Edgeworth, what's he doing?
He's trying to cause Warren Lacard into giving something away. Ask yourself, why would she go to all the trouble of sending his body on such an odd journey? It's because she wanted to frame Mr. Canis.
She did? No way!
If he was convicted of committing murder here, that would have been grounds for a transfer to another...
Okay, so I was wrong about the motive.
Dang!
Most likely a more secure facility.
And where he'd be out of her hair forever, huh?
Precisely, she saw her opportunity and seized it.
No. Saint can't not be the killer. That's not fair. I was all ready to prosecute him.
I know, right? But maybe we should find out what she thinks first. Don't want to get the wrong guy, yeah?
Nice. Now Mr. Winter has to go along with it, too.
Well, Warden, are you happy to testify further? Of course, how could I refuse this silver-tongued devil? Addikins, you have such a way with words.
Just doing my job, thief.
Besides, one can't tell the truth without telling the whole truth, can one? I'm simply dying to tell all verity, darling. Do say you'll let me. As you wish, court is unadjourned.
I can't believe you pulled that off, Mr. Fender.
No, me either.
Thank you for the timely intervention.
Hey, it's the least I could do, okay? It's not wrong. I've been leaning on you hard. And besides, the defense never rests. Am I right? Simeon's dependent on us. Sadly, I think I just about exhausted my reserves of cool lawyer chat there. And we can't follow this up now, which means you're up to bat, Smiles. Show 'em that never rest spirit.
I shall.
Fabulous, and let's get started.
And we'll get started in the next episode. Hope you're looking forward to that. This case. All right, I'm starting to piece things together. This is really good. I'm excited to see how this all goes down. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.